Here you go, Tannerty. What up, homies? Feeding the cat. Now I'm gonna feed the wife and I. So, on today's show, we have frying pan, we have different accoutrements here. So, in said frying pan, I'm thinking we go like a Salisbury steak style. Are we out of Mission Impossible burgers? Like what? No. There's some right here. Okay, so we're doing the Mission Impossible burgers. We've got these wonderful spring rolls, which I can get into the oven here. Spring rolls don't take that long to make. They're really good with rice and different things, so we're gonna get some stuff going here. Let's have you look at my largest diamond to date, and my second largest yellow citrine diamond. Yes, I am a billionaire. Moving on to the meteorite section. These are priceless, worth a lot of money. I don't know what they are, but we're not selling them. We're a billionaire. We're a Billy. You know what I mean? Ah, meteorites. Where the heck is my good? Where's my good meteorites? Oh, that's right here. You can't tell. It's sometimes. This fell off of Interstellar Atlas ITI 301-22. Look, there's even an orb just watching the show today. So there is an orb. When you know you... Make sure you all share the video, drop a like. Make sure your location isn't on your phone. It's not really going to do much, but just make sure. You know what I mean? So, we've got a frying pan, Impossible Burgers. We're going to get a slice of parchment paper. Put the spring rolls in the oven. The rice is ready. I can smell the nutty jasmine rice. Oh, it's going to be good. If there's any hot chicks in the chat named Jasmine, shouts out to Jasmine. Yasmin. There is a name pronounced Yasmin. Yasmin. The J is pronounced Y. Why they didn't put a Y, I don't know. The world is a fickle place. It's like spelling Sean with an H. You know what I mean? Why would you ever? So spring rolls are really tasty. You can have these with plum sauce for hours. So we will have ours with plum sauce. We each get a package of plum sauce. You can have it with honey garlic as well. You can go teriyaki. You can even go sweet chili on these things, asses. So what we're going to do first is convection 20 minutes. Set that timer, 20 minutes. And we'll go 420 with the temp. If anybody out there has OCD, you can beat it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh my goodness, you can't beat it. I'm guaranteeing there's lots of people that have had some, you know, where you think you can't. You know, you think you can't. You think you can't. You have to do the opposite. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. There's something called adjusting, right? So you have to adjust on the fly. Is how what I would do in life. If something, when you get a curveball, you have to adjust. As a As a pro baseball player. No, definitely not. I'm not bad, I'm just not the greatest, okay? But as a pro baseball player, I take this stuff. The cat won't let me say pro anymore. As a guy who plays baseball fairly well, okay? Like, you'd rather have me on your team than a lot of other dudes. A lot. Not just because I'm hot. Alright, just mostly because I'm hot. I don't know what in the heck is going on here, but I feel like heaven is so far away. Wow, did that go to my thumb? Holy crap, bro! It's okay. I just did all kinds of stuff, and this is clearly what is really going on here. So we're gonna turn this on, and it feels like heaven so far away. Should we play around at PUBG while we're cooking? Sometimes, but I don't know about today. I don't think so. Possibly though. I have the phone capabilities to do so. I checked. I wasn't sure what I was doing there, and then there's always something, like. I guess that's why I get paid the big bucks. I make wicked food though. Like, we would be broke if we ate this food. We'd be broke. If we were paying for this like at restaurants, we'd be broke. I'm cooking up gourmet style food almost on the daily. Whether it be like $27.95 pancake dinner, you get waffle surprise. Might even come with a cat hair. It's always suspenseful, you know? Will there be one cat hair? Will there be two? Shut up, you have dog hair in your food too. My cat hair is better than your dog hair. It says we're getting an e-bike delivered, so fingers crossed this is turning up. But on the bright side, we didn't actually pay for it, so we'll see if it shows up. But I mean, fingers crossed is like very loosely with fingers. We're very loosely crossing our fingers because there's not too many high hopes of this happening. But I won't also not hold my breath. Food. We have juice. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. We're making food here. So we're having to come up with ideas for food. We have juice. We have the sesame oil, so we'll get that going. We have juice. We have no almond drink. That really pisses me off. So I'm drinking a little bit of juice and a bunch of water. Maybe have a cup of tea. But we're gonna season these burgers now, and then we're gonna sear them. Pretty solid sear. I want them to toughen up. It's the seasoning though that's gonna make them on fleek here. So bit of seasoning there, and there, and there. Next, just a couple of these, but this makes it every time. Okay. Next, you don't want to over season, but you definitely don't want to under season. A little dash of this, and this is where I think the A&W, I don't know who it is that's doing it. Burger King. Burger King does the impossible. I'm pretty sure this is the seasoning they use. Almost 100% sure. So And we put a little bit of herbs on here because we ain't playing. Just a little bit. And the herbs really are quite incredible, quite incredible. So now that you've got the herbs on, the burgers are on, the frittatas are in the oven, the rice is ready. I've got the sesame oil there. Drink a little bit more of this juice. And I think all right. Now you just want to grab a fork. Oh, let's show you what we're doing here. So these are the burgers. Just grab a fork and just mélanger comme ça, like so. I would put some crinkle cut French fries in the oven, but we have rice, we have the spring rolls, and that's it. That's it. Plus the burgers, right? So we're good. We're good with the nice, hearty. This is a full boat. What we're having is what I like to refer to as a full boat. Now I'm going to get out the gravy, because you can't have a boat without gravy. All kinds of different gravies too, but we're going to go with, is it a brown gravy? Gravy. And we're going to make it in this frying pan right here. Nah. I'll get a pot from the basement and I'll make this beautiful package of gravy here. And quickly we'll get these things searing off. So now both sides have had the seasoning applied to them, whether it was liberally or conservatively or just like a total goof. Is like how we refer to it in Canada. If you're any of those things, you're a total goof. Just saying. Most Canadians aren't too down with politics. Just think about why.
You know, 2020 what?
I got the sesame oil for it. I should have brought the rice upstairs. Okay, we got 9 or 10 minutes. It says 9 minutes on the spring rolls. But not possible. Let's flip the spring rolls. We're not trying to overcook them. We're just trying to warm these things up. These are spring rolls. They do not take very long. The key to a perfect spring roll is getting it that golden brown, moist center, but yet crispy outside, but not so it's just cutting the roof of your mouth up. Now we've got these wonderful burgers here, searing. You can see here, look at the beautiful color we've placed on this one. Look onto it. Look at the color forming. Beautiful color. Oh, these smell so good. I wish we had some buns. But I highly doubt we do. No, we have an old half loaf of raisin bread. I don't think it doesn't, it looks really good still. It's weird. All the bread, even this bread from Walmart, it was out of the freezer for 2 weeks. It looks like it's still brand new. I'm not eating it. Not because it's not because it's moldy, but because I can't. There's probably nothing healthy in that bread. So yeah, that happened. It's called stripping. They strip all the the living grains and the living microbes from within it. They strip it. That's why when you get like skim milk and things like that, not only is milk bad for you, but like the process that milk goes through, it strips it of being raw, right? And that's why farmers are always like, oh, raw this, raw that is better, right? So generally speaking, when you process something, like for example, extrusion processes like olive oil. The olive oil here is cold pressed, first press, and it's cold pressed. If you use a hot press, like a third or fourth, what happens is it doesn't taste the same, and the nutrient value is a lot less because it's heated. You're burning off, you're cooking off the darn things. You know what I mean? So these burgers, don't they look heavenly? These are seared off just as I suspected, and just as the wife loves. The wife loves them when they're perfectly cooked like this. These are traditional, hey, how you doing burgers. These ones will get you late all day. So we've got a pot, some plates, a whisk, boatloads of cutlery. We actually have a gravy spoon, folks. We're bringing a gravy spoon to the table today. That's right. I'm gonna have lunch with my wife. Spring rolls, we'll check on them quick here. 5 minutes left. They're looking awesome. They say hi. They say hi to everybody in Springfield. So it's 12:59. These are darn near cooked. We're gonna turn the temperature off. We're gonna pull them out of the oil. We're gonna stack them and pack them like this, and the oil will drain off down the side. And then you can grab the whoa, that was awesome. Do the fonzarelli there. Look at the burger on me, bud. Let's go. Nice, crispy, perfectly cooked. Now I've got to grab the rice, but first we got to grab the, I'm doing things here. We're doing it. We're starting off with cold water in a pot with the gravy. The gravy will be ready in 2, 3, 4 minutes tops.
Now I'm kind of wishing we had French fries, but then I remember we have that jasmine rice, and we're gonna lay these. I'm gonna cut these burgers into slices, and then put some of it over top of the bed of rice, and then I'm gonna put some of them into the Salisbury steak gravy mix that we're about to prepare here. Actually, I'm gonna use the Brita water filter water here. I have no clue what a cup is though. That's the problem with this pack. And I refuse to measure anything. That is probably way more, and I ripped off the directions. Let's see what it says. 250. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a bit out. I prefer a thicker gravy than a. I don't want it to be a thick gravy. I want it thicker than thin. So, look that. Put that in there. Grab a whisk. We'll just quickly whisk this into heaven. Done. Just like that. Perfectly whisked. Look at the whisk action on him. Look at the whisk action onto him. Look at his whisk action. He's masturbated at least twice, they can tell. Look, they can tell. Now we've got that, this, and the other. We're going to pull this to the side, like so, like so. Should be able to put those on the heat, the oil off. Perfect. Nice view there. We'll check on that gravy. About 4 minutes, 5 minutes, I'll be able to stick the fork in. The fork will be covered. And that's just that, okay? So just bear with me here. We're turning the heat up fairly high on the gravy. We got 2 minutes, 33 seconds left on the pierogies in the oven here. They're done. We're going to cap that. Put the extra time back on the oven. Grab the plate. Oh! Let's plate up the spring rolls right here for you. Move the gravy spoon over. Spring roll action. Going down on this new plate we've got in the house. And to do spring roll action, you always want to do it with a full boat. And oh, don't you dare! If you start doing weird to get me started swearing on a live stream. YouTube has gone ahead and removed all problems with profanity. I told them, I said, you guys, you want to create a Teletubby channel? You want to ruin and completely destroy YouTube? Then penalize me for saying fuck. You know what I mean? Now, get this ginger goof on YouTube yesterday thinking he's all cool saying fuck for the first time in his life. Meanwhile, me and Robert 2.0 can't get enough of fucking life, you know? Literally takes the words out of my mouth that I explained to the AI robot, Robert, that I tell Robert, I say, Robert, fucking A isn't a swear. There is no such, a swear would be something that it'd be more like a racist thing, you know what I mean? I don't even know if racist is everybody can be racist against another person, you know what I mean? So I don't even agree with that kind of terminology, generally speaking, because we have to get over that. We do. We have to get over it. Not saying that people should just go around being weird to other people just because they're different. I'm saying we should let it slide a bit when it's just like a slight occurrence, you know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about no fucking clan vibes or nothing like that. Clans are goofs, right? Any organization, any secret organization is secret because they're up to no good. You understand that, right? Like, JFK said it best, and he tried to dismantle all of it, but he couldn't, because they got him, right? But back to what I was saying, everything, these spring rolls are ready, the burgers are ready. Let me serve up these wonderful, look at how awesome I am in the kitchen, folks. Let's stack these. You guys ever stacked your spring rolls? The stack attack, we call it here in Canada. Just kidding, we don't even know how to attack. We don't even have an army, actually, to be real with you. Now in whatever army's defense we do have, yes, there's like 40 of you guys with hockey sticks and 70 you guys can rip a hockey puck like nobody's business. Yeah, you guys are mean fucks over there and wherever you guys are with your hockey pucks and hockey sticks. But I mean, come on, like we ain't sitting there flying DJI drones into different things all day. You know what I mean? Like we don't do that. We're not conniving. We're not creepy. You know. If we want to, we don't attack you. If you're trying to attack us, we'll fight you. We'll rip a hockey puck at your face. That's it. You're dust. You know what I mean? But that's the end of it, right? But as far as it goes, like flying drones at people and just doing weird stuff all day, that's not for Canada. Canada ain't up for none of that. You'll never see the German army going after people with drones, just flying drones, right? No, they're not going to do it. Countries that want to use drone tech against human beings, you're scum of the earth. You're scum. It's no different than a missile, and a missile, we got all these rules for different missiles, and can't use this ballistic one, you can't use this micro nuclear head missile, you can't use this only in times of this, we may let you use it today though, but tomorrow no you can't. It's all, you guys are all, anyone who's into all that stuff, you're all pusses. All pusses. You're 3/4 of the problem. You know what I mean? Where I grew up, when I grew up, if there was a problem, you dealt with it with your fists. And it wasn't a proxy war. You didn't I didn't pay somebody 40 gummy bears to go beat up Jared for me. I walked over to Jared and I pounded him. I said, let's go, Jared. Jared put his hands up. We went. He didn't last more than 4 seconds. That was it. Jared done. He tapping. Jared tapping. Teachers running in. There's 4 teachers got me and they're swinging me. I'm just laughing. Just loving it. You know what I mean? Can't get enough. Anything less than that is a complete donks. Donk city. Anybody that is going to... I gotta tread lightly here, but this is how the world works, okay? There's really, really, really rich, and they're really, really big pussies, okay? They're the biggest pussies. They don't even leave their house. They never leave that ivory tower. And they have the biggest mouths, and they think they have huge egos. They think they're something. If you're something, come walk the streets with me. Let's see, and then let's see you stand up for other people. You know, put yourself in harm's way. You guys are all pusses. Pusses if you're rich. The best people are people who are probably not even middle class. You don't have money. You're not broke. You're not super poor. Those are the people I like to hang around with. I can't even describe to you. Of course, I have very rich friends, and I'm not talking to you guys. I'm referring to like horribly rich people that own, 10% of Sweden's GDP. Okay? That's the type of people I'm talking about. And those are the people who have proxy wars. Oh, I said it. Those are the ones who will go and they have a feud with somebody else, but instead of dealing with it, well, they make another country that has a horrible president or prime minister. They'll work some weird corporate deal that you don't even understand. Or they'll fly him in his helicopter around an island for 2 weeks on vacation. And then 4,000 troops get sent off to name some weird proxy war that's been going on for way too long, and people should have put a stop to it a long time ago. The first round of people's kids should have been enough, and we should have been able to realize, you know what I mean? Sending kids off to war is a disgrace to your country. The only way that should be allowed is if there's boots on the ground and you're being invaded. Then of course, every man, every woman, every child should be helped. Because what's the alternative to being captured or taken or worse? Just put into whatever. If you can't think of worse, you just leave now because you're not welcome here. But yeah, that's the way the world works, and it's not fun. But this is facts, right? But most people are too scared, too cowardice to say that this is how it works, to teach their kids that no, you would not want to join any area of ABC organization. They're scum of the earth. First and foremost, they had the greatest speech ever given by JFK. And that is not even, parents should play that speech for their children and say, you should be a firefighter, you should be a fireman, a firewoman, you should be an ambulance driver, you should be a doctor or a nurse or a wellness, a naturopath, homeopathic remedies person. You know what I mean? Why bother doing the opposite of everything I just said, a healer? Instead, you want to go and be a stealer. Think about it. There's not too many good people out there that are like, yeah, you know what? I'd like to be a medicine man. You know what I mean? Or a medicine woman. You know what I mean? I'd love to be a healer. There's just not that. You don't have that vibe going around too much anymore. Or really, I don't think there. It's a great honor and responsibility. You wouldn't even believe. You have to train yourself. You have to really. You want to talk ego? It's not. Oh, I am the best. It's this is the best at fixing what ails you. That's the only way I could see ego fitting in with any of that. Is when you know, when you're like, try this. But they don't want you trying this because it'll actually work, and then what? Well, you won't be in the system full of name 50 problems, right? And again, where I come from it's an old place. It's not like most of where you guys come from. I come from an old place, and it didn't age. It didn't continuously every decade. It didn't like switch. You know what I mean? It didn't go, oh fuck, we're in the 90s. Well, trim your hair, start saw your pubes off, everything. No, they never changed. It's still the 90s there, if it's lucky. 70s, 60s, 50s, 90s at very best. It's 2025, almost 2030. So to be in the 90s back there is probably pretty good, because even in the 90s they still had half of the, the techniques were still relevant and prevalent in that era. You still had people who were from the 40s and 50s, and they had these niche ideas or these different ways than these modern, what you call, Western medicine and all this stuff. That's nothing. That's not a thing, you guys. It's not. You talk about ancient Chinese remedies and stuff, and Western medicine doesn't even follow that in the slightest. And look at some of the people that live the longest in the world and quickly do the math. We're probably not learning from the right people. So what I'm going to do here is plate up for the wife first. And then the rice is downstairs, actually. I keep forgetting. Let's do the wife's plate. And then move into mine. We got our gravy spoon here. Turn the gravy off here and look at this beautiful, rich, thick gravy. We're actually going to strewn it about around the patty. It's a very full-bodied, very rich gravy, so your wife will be impressed with the flavors. And then the gravy, then the rice can just go around on top of the gravy. Oh, have you ever had brown gravy and rice with Salisbury steak? This is plant-based Mission Impossible burger. They call it an Impossible Burger. I say Mission Impossible Burger because I'm having fun with the stream. And that is all the gravy the wife gets. That's a good amount of gravy, though, I gotta say. And they always do this because my favorite letter of the alphabet is Q. So you can just see that there. Obviously, it's Q. And I am a legend, so Now you're just gonna take the patty. You're just gonna slice it thinly and gently. There's that nice crispy crust onto it. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it's really, really, it smells like steak, but this is all plants. I love when I make these seasonings. It's just this perfect texture. Listen. Actually, I'll put the better rice right on top. And then I'll put the spring rolls on top of the rice. Oh, damn, I gotta get soy sauce too. I'm just gonna have to bring that rice upstairs. Let me go grab that rice real quick. She won't even be able to get all this in her for lunch. But that's okay, she'll have some for dinner. You do that first, and then you do this one. And she's just gonna be in heaven. You don't do too much of the soy because you do have gravy on there, but you need soy. Tell me what you guys think. Would you eat this? Now I'm just thinking about, oh yeah, that sauce. Yeah. Now, I will feed myself. I'm not going to eat 2 Boston burgers right now, so I'll actually take one of the burgers. I'll take the crispier and more fried one. Whoa, that one looks actually pretty fried on that side too. I've already made my choice. This one looks fried too. It's a good choice. Okay, now rice. Get that rice in you. Oh geez, I didn't even put any gravy. It's like the all gravy boat, the whole all gravy boat, this section and that section, and I might even stick some on top. I don't know yet. We'll see. I put a lot of rice in the 2 soy sauces for mine. My wife is loving hers. She said it's tasty. I appreciate that. Put this in the fridge. This goes away. I don't even like plum sauce, but I might actually try a little plum sauce today. Let's throw a slam a little jam on plum sauce there. I don't like plum sauce really. This stuff's pretty good. Not NGL. And now you're gonna take the gravy and you're gonna gravy boat that side, and you're gonna gravy boat that side. Just keep a little bit of the drippings back. Get yourself a nice bite of rice. And remember that sesame oil is over here, so spread it down there. Jeez. Oh man, that is so good. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I'll see you next time.